Hi, it's Michael, and I want to thank URintells Cuising for sending me their brand new espresso machine. The model number on this is EM7110-US. This is going to be a nice step up from you if you are just sort of getting into making espresso at home, becoming a home barista. It offers some really nice features that are a little more comprehensive than what you get on the basic entry-level espresso machines. And this has a built-in grinder, it has a steam frother, and it also has adjustable grind and coffee volume, and you can also adjust the temperature. So it gives you more hands-on things that you can adjust to optimize your espresso. So I'm going to do the unboxing right now, and we're going to give it a good working out, see how this thing works. Well, here's everything out of the box. This is the tamper. It has a little bit of heft to it, a little cleaning brush. Here is your portafilter. There is some plastic on the inside of the portafilter. It does have a double basket already installed, and then they do give you a single basket as well. These are not pressurized baskets. This is an attachment for when you're grinding your espresso. It'll get it right in there. And then this is your bean hopper, and the machine itself is a combination of plastic and metal. This is a warming tray up here, and then on the back of the machine we have the water reservoir. The water reservoir does have a lid that is not attached, so that can be removed for filling, or you can just lift the water reservoir off and fill it manually. There are a couple of pieces of tape stuck on the back of it. You'll want to make sure you remove that. Very important, there is a plug. You want to remove this little plug, and then that'll let the water flow in there easily. Before you use the machine, you do want to fill this with water, rinse it, and then you're going to flush the machine the first time you turn it on. It'll do a self-flush, and in preparation for that, you also need to have something to catch water underneath the brew head here, and also the steam wand, because water will be flushed through both of these the very first time we use the machine. So I'm going to go get everything cleaned up here, and then we'll proceed with a demonstration. So I did notice when I slid this around that two of the little silicone plugs here slipped out and were just laying on the counter. So if you do slide this around on your counter, either lift the machine up and then place it down. Just make sure these don't pull out on you. Here's the drip tray, and this is stainless steel. The drip tray also has a float in it, so if you see these sticking out through the drip tray, then you're going to know that this is filled and needs to be emptied. This is also going to catch any loose grounds, and that's kind of handy to have that just be easily removable. Then the drip tray slides out. There's a cleaning tool in here. This is a pin. There's two pins. There's a larger diameter and a smaller diameter pin, and these are used to clean the steam wand, which has a very small hole at the bottom. If that ever gets plugged up, or just in your routine cleaning, you would use the pin on this. As far as the tiny pin, that is actually used to clean the holes in the baskets. The burr grinder has two pieces. You can use the little brush that I showed you earlier to clean the burr grinder, but just line the two arrows up when you place this top piece in, and then the bean hopper, make sure the lines are lined up, and then you just place it so that the lines match where the arrow is. To adjust your grind size, you just rotate this around. There's 15, 13, 11, etc., all the way down to 1. And then you can just fill your bean hopper with your freshly roasted beans. The control panel here is very informative. You have an LCD panel which shows you your settings, and you also have a pressure gauge which is going to give you an accurate reading as far as how many bars of pressure are being used. When you're making espresso, you always want to make sure your needle is within the espresso range here. And if it's not quite up in there, then you need to either grind your beans a little bit finer or use a little bit more tamping pressure. For over here, you can adjust the time of the grind. So this is going to grind your beans for a specific number of seconds. It defaults to 12 seconds for a single and 17 seconds for a double. That'll determine how many grams of coffee you're using. So you may have to fiddle with the setting a little bit. The way you do that is you push the set button, and then you adjust this. Right now it's at 12, but I could adjust that higher or lower if I wanted. I'm going to put it back on 12. Then you push the set button to lock in that setting. Now this is milliliters. A single is going to give you 40 milliliters. Again, you can adjust that to higher or lower amount. Set your preference, press it to lock it in. Now, if we want to adjust the settings for the double, we just wait till that is blinking, the double now, and we can go through the same thing. Right now it's at 17 seconds of grinding. We can reduce that or we can increase that if we need more coffee. Push it to set that in, and then we can adjust the volume. Once again, I'm going to leave it at 80. And then also we have more settings that we can do here. If I turn the machine off and then simultaneously push the start stop and the single espresso button and hold it for about 2 seconds, this is the temperature for your espresso. Right now it's set to high, but you can set it to medium or low. And that's going to give you about 10 degrees difference between each setting. The high is going to be about 168. The medium is about 158 and the low is about 148. Once you make your choice, you push the set button and then the machine will turn off. The next time you turn the machine on, it's going to go through the first run cycle again and purge water through the brew head and the steam wand. So make sure you have cups under there. When you turn it on and press the single or the double or the set button, it will then go through that purging cycle. Once it completes that cycle, it will go back into standby mode. It's getting back to temperature. So we do have two more features to talk about. One is the steam wand, and all you use is the set knob to get to the steam function and then push the start button. And you want to have a cup right under here ready to go. If there's any water in there, you want to purge that first. So purge the water and then just stop it. And then get your frothing pitcher filled with about 1/3 of milk. Insert the wand into the milk and then push the start button again. And it'll start causing the milk to start swirling around inside this. Once you see approximately a doubling in the volume as your microbubbles start to form, once you get the proper amount of foam in there that you want, then you want to stop the swirling action and you just want to stick it right down into the rest of the milk here. When it gets too hot to the touch, when your hand is touching the bottom of it and it feels like it's getting too hot to comfortably touch anymore, that means you're about done, and you just push your stop button. Nice froth here. And you want to wipe this off quickly. And you can also run a little steam. Be very careful when you do this because you don't want to burn yourself. It's very hot. And there we go. The other nice function of this is you can just produce hot water as well. So once again, push the set button and then spin it around till it says hot water. And when you're ready to start delivering hot water, it'll come out of the steam wand. Once you're in the hot water mode there, you can just push the start stop button and it'll start delivering hot water. So this is great if you want to make tea or any other reason you might need a cup of hot water. When you've got the volume you want, just push the stop button. So that's my look at the URintells Cuisine espresso machine. If you've got any questions about it, leave me a comment down below and I'll try to answer it if I can. Otherwise, thanks a lot for watching and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.